Panda-monium. So Danielle's school very kindly organized a bus for the teachers to go visit the Giant Panda Observatory. Saturday morning at 9 a.m., about 15 of us took the hour-long bus ride to see the pandas. So why is the Panda Research Center here in Chengdu? So the bamboo forests to the west of Chengdu are home of the giant pandas, and China has long ago figured out the tourist appeal of the giant pandas. When I say long ago, the first giant panda in the US was loaned to the Brookfield Zoo in Chicago in 1936. There's actually a chance that my 12-year-old dad would have gone to see them. Seems he told me that they went to the zoo periodically in his youth, and he would have been about 11, 12 years old when they were there. Um, Anyway, the pandas died 2 years later, which is a bit rude, but it seems the panda craze had started. There were 14 pandas that between 1935 and 1945 that were kidnapped by foreigners and brought to the U.S. zoos. 1946, China said no more and banned their export. By the early 1950s, all the pandas in the U.S. were dead, and it would be nearly 25 years until there was another. When Ling Ling and Sing Sing came to the National Zoo in 1972, 8,000 people stood an hour in the rain to see them. Even today, the pandas are a craze, so China has set up Chengdu as Panda City. I first have to say that I never got the panda mania. I went to see them 40 years ago at the National Zoo when I was living in the DC area. They're fine. I like zoos, and the DC Zoo is spectacular. I was blessed with a very nice Milwaukee Zoo as a kid. Milwaukee Zoo had 300 unique species of animals on display. The National Zoo in DC had 400 species, and the pandas were one, which was sort of cute. For further reference, the Bronx Zoo had 600 has 650 species of animals. San Diego has over 800 species. I've been to both of these zoos. I've never been to the Berlin Zoo, but it has the most with 1,500 unique species. I've never even heard of the Henry Dooley Zoo, which the robots say is the world's best zoo in Omaha, Nebraska. But it has 1,000 unique species, 17,000 animals, the world's largest indoor swamp, the world's largest indoor desert, and the world's largest geodesic dome. Making a note for my next road trip west across the impossibly long and boring state of Nebraska. I know it's not a popular opinion anymore to like zoos. Somehow millennials and Gen Zs have decided it's cruel to imprison animals as they fill their apartments up with dogs and cats. In my mind, zoos were a nice way for a little boy in Green Bay, Wisconsin to learn and appreciate the diversity of the animal kingdom and plot future adventures to see them. Anyway, I tell you all this as a preface to our visit of the Chengdu Panda Research and Breeding Base. The CPRB is a zoo. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. We mostly saw the pandas in buildings behind glass enclosures like I saw rhinos and hippos in wintertime in Milwaukee 55 years ago. And this zoo has not 300 or 500 or 1,000 species. It has two, the red panda and the giant panda. We set aside 4 hours to visit this zoo, and honestly, we were done after half an hour. The day was hot, 100 degrees, that's what, 35 Celsius, and humid, 90% humidity. The zoo was jam-packed as only China can be jam-packed, and there were almost no animals. There were, without question, more restaurants and gift shops than there were animals, more people with silly panda hats than silly pandas. Park was large and spread out with a number of different panda observation areas. But pandas being pandas, they were all inside air-conditioned building, laying on pads and sleeping as Chinese tourists were 4 deep trying to get videos of them. So what did I learn about pandas? Okay, the red panda, which is way cuter in my mind than the giant one, was first discovered in 1825, 50 years before the giant was found. The locals called it Nigalia panya. So the British took panya and turned it into panda. The locals' name for it actually translated to firefox, which is such a cool name and way better than panda. The weird thing is that the firefox is bright red and about the size of a house cat. The giant panda is 6 foot tall, 225 pounds, about my size in college. So they find the giant panda and say, let's give it the same name as that red fox creature. What? It's like finding a raccoon and then in the neighborhood finding an orangutan and calling them raccoon and big raccoon. Stupid taxonomists. Anyway, after they found the giant man-sized creature and decided to give it the same name as the little red cat, they added Gina, giant, and then renamed the panda as the which was the firefox as lesser panda. Bit of an insult. And after a century of this insult, they renamed it Red Panda, which is better, but still not as good as Firefox, or Red Cat Bear, Fox Bear, or Himalayan Raccoon, which were also local names for the little creature. What makes giant panda special? Maybe because they are weird creatures. They eat 16 hours a day, basically only eat bamboo. They sleep 8 hours, and they poop up to 50 times a day. So again, not much different than me in college. Did I tell you the story of my time in college when I was a bit backed up? There was a drugstore a 30-minute walk from my apartment. I searched the shelves and found a laxative. It's called Chocolate X-Lax. Came in a box about the size of a cell phone. I bought it. I opened it up upside down because the directions were on the back. I peeled back the foil, revealing 2 chocolate pieces. Reading directions, it said, take 1 piece and wait 15 minutes and its effects should start taking place. I ate the first of the 2 pieces, and then thinking that it was weird that it came with just 2 pieces, I turned over the other bar and saw that it was separated into 16 sections. So I took 16 times the recommended dosage. I raced home, spent the rest of the day pooping like a panda. So not only do the giant and red pandas look nothing alike, they are nothing alike. The giant panda used to be thought to be in the raccoon family, but after lots of study, they found that they really are bears, just sort of a pathetic bear. They basically get eaten by anything with sharp teeth or beaks in their neighborhoods. But because their neighborhood was bamboo forests, which don't have much nutrients outside of bamboo, they don't come across other predators very often. The red pandas are their own genus, though related to the skunk. The local mountain people turn them into hats. It's a great honor for a bride in these mountain communities to wear a firefox fur hat on her wedding day. Humans. So that's it. Some of the more experienced teachers told me it's fun to see the pandas in the fall and winter when they are out frolicking, but still, I'll probably go again. Come visit me in the fall or winter and we can go together. Let me try to share something with you. Let's share some pictures. Okay, there's the crew. There's Miss Danielle and I and the other teachers. There's the panda in its glass cage. There's another panda. They're crazy, goofy looking creatures. They look like they're smiling. They just look sort of fun, but honestly, like a big fat raccoon. There's the red panda. He's no dummy. It was so hot. They had blocks of ice for him to sit next to. Every place they had these walking creatures and whatever. It's very Disney-esque. We had lunch and they even had panda cookies for us to eat. There's the entranceway, pandas everywhere, but nothing else to see. Here's Miss Danielle playing mahjong with the pandas. She lost badly. And there she is with a giant blow-up red panda. Oh, here's my little buddy. Anyway, that's it. Hope you guys have a nice day. We're off to Ireland in a few hours, and I'll probably have more to report from there. Bye.